Hey everybody, I'm Jessie Grossman and I am the Cabinet-Purcell Mountain Corridor Project Coordinator for Y2Y. I coordinate our on-the-ground work and our partnerships in this area, and the Cabinet-Purcell Mountain Corridor is Northwest Montana, North Idaho, a little bit of Eastern Washington, and Southern British Columbia.
Awesome, thanks. Yeah, we got some great questions, actually more specific to one of the projects that we are a partner of, Bears Climate Adaptation Project. And so Jessie is one of the perfect people to speak to about this. So the first question, really interesting. I've seen photos of bulldozers and footage of bulldozers used for this project. How does creating mounds of dirt help the animals in the project area?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. And one of the key pieces of the Bees to Bears project is this experimental design that we've created that we're calling cool air refugia, which is sort of a fancy term for mounds of dirt. And right now they're just mounds of dirt, but they will be replanted with native trees and shrubs and wildflowers that were collected by volunteers. And the intention of the mounds is to create variability in the topography, so some high spots, some low spots, to create more shade in the area to cool air temperatures, and then also to create almost like little pools of cool air or cooler water that will be like a cool refuge for wildlife in that area, wildlife big and small, bumblebees, bears, deer and elk, migratory birds, and that there will just that kind of difference in elevation at that small scale will create little pockets of places where wildlife can stay cool, especially in the summer when we know in the future that things will probably be a lot hotter and a lot drier up there.
Okay, yeah, thanks. That makes sense. So the heavy machinery that people are seeing, maybe on blog posts or social media, so that's like an important part of the restoration, like actually making the land into something that will help these species adapt, right?
Yes, definitely. It's always funny with the restoration project that you kind of have to, sometimes you have to bring a bunch of machinery in and kind of tear it up and make it look worse at first, but the bulldozers and the excavators are really, they're building that topography for us, and we need that type of machinery to do it at the scale that hopefully is going to work into the future. And same with, digging into the stream beds that we're restoring. So we're really needing, that type of machinery to dig down deep enough in a way that's going to really make a positive impact on the landscape there.
That's great. I'll move on to our second question. So talking a little bit more about the area that this project is happening in North Idaho, someone says, this seems like a small area. Will it have an impact?
Yeah, so another great question. So this spot, the Boundary Smith Creek Wildlife Management Area, is right up at the very top of the Idaho Panhandle, butts up right against the Canadian border, and is in the Kootenai Valley, which runs north-south in between the Selkirk mountain range to the west and the Purcells to the east. And so it's actually this really important valley that connects habitat north-south from Canada to the US and also east-west between mountain ranges. And so although the Bees to Bears project is on about 250 acres in that valley, the valley itself is a really important place for animals moving from high elevation to low elevation, animals moving from the south to the north, north to the south. And so it's a key place for connectivity which is why Y2Y is very interested in working there. I should add too that some previous research that was done in North Idaho called the Multi-Species Baseline Initiative that actually surveyed the entire area to look at soil temperatures, air temperatures, which species were present. It actually identified that the Kootenai Valley at the base of the Selkirks is actually already very good at holding cooler air temperatures. And so part of it too is that we are helping this area that is already, more resilient habitat to climate change. We're helping it function in that way even better so that, this area can and its wildlife can thrive into the future.
It's also cool, like how we talked about a little bit, how much people are involved and the power that people have had in like making a difference, especially local communities. So I really appreciate you talking to me about it today. And if there's anything else you want to add, feel free to, but those are the questions we got.
Thanks. Yeah, it's just been a pleasure to work on this project and really see everyone from local volunteers and the contractors that we hired and Idaho Fish and Game employees really rallying around this project, being great partners and making it happen.